Hi, I'm Mia Bondies, and I'm joined by my colleagues Jared Rhodes and Sam Tapper. We worked with Team Inc. in the Martin Luther King Unity in the Community Committee. The committee was formerly known as the Martin Luther King Bus Committee, but later changed their name to achieve a bigger goal, to spread Dr. King's message. We worked directly with Lisa Savoyd, Team's communication manager, who put us in contact with various voices around the committee. We talked to pastors, police officers, educators, a student leader, and elected officials, who you will see shortly in our video. Team is a nonprofit organization who aid the economically disadvantaged and at-risk people in the Valley area. Team worked with the committee from their start in 2018 when their goal was once much smaller. Now to talk more about the bust of Dr. King, this is Jared Rhodes.
I'm Jared Rhodes. The Martin Luther King Bus Committee started in 2018. The main purpose of the committee was to create a bust of Martin Luther King Jr. In the following year of May of 2019, the bus was placed in front of Ansonia City Hall, located at 253 Main Street, created by Albanian immigrant and Ansonia resident Vashil Raka. This completes the committee's initial mission. It's reported to be the second bust of Martin Luther King Jr. in the state of Connecticut, as the first one is currently housed at Stanley Quarter Park in New Britain. Now here is Sam Tapper to discuss where the committee currently stands.
I'm Sam Tapper. And after the bus was installed in front of City Hall, the committee members had to take a step back and ask themselves, what can we do next? Where can we go from here? And rather than continuing to raise funds to erect more busts throughout the Valley, the committee amended its mission to be focused more on the legacy and the message of Dr. King, which was promoting unity, equity, and equality for everybody. And so the committee adopted its current name, the Valley Martin Luther King Unity in the Community Committee, who works to achieve its current mission by hosting community-wide discussions and open public forums to sort through certain issues like community policing, education reform, and many of the other issues that cause the division in society today. Because it was Dr. King himself who said in 1965 that we must all learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. And in the video you are about to watch, you will see how that message still resonates with the committee today, and how the committee members are asking themselves every day, what can we do next, and where can we go from here?
Unity in the community through dialogues and open discussions so that we can discuss some of the issues that are present and hopefully get them resolved and to be more effective in our community.
It's not just one voice speaking, it's multiple voices. At this point, we've had the police department, we've had the superintendent of schools, we have pastors and reverends from churches throughout the Valley. That shows that we're committed to it. It's not just a one piece, one person answering all the questions, that we're looking for a Valley-wide, especially for us, Ansonia-wide community conversation to sort through these issues and hopefully allow people to talk about things and we can understand where we're coming from and maybe some differing points of view find someplace in the middle when we're all said and done.
Young people spoke and talked about what they would like to see in terms of seeing Dr. King's vision come to fruition. And there was a young boy, a young white boy, who stated in the meeting that he wanted to see a Dr. King bust or statue somewhere in the Valley area. And so a group of ministers, including myself, we got together and we met for over 3 years, raising funds, community involvement, and now the result of all that work, a collaborative and cooperative venture, is the fact that only the second bust of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stands right next to City Hall.
If you look at Dr. King's message, is something that our students will have to do in order to graduate here from Ansonia. And it's something that when it comes to Martin Luther King Day, we're not just coloring pictures and talking about Selma, and we're not talking the march. We're actually saying, how did you live that message, and how did what did he do to help change what you do every day?
I joined in around May or early June is when I joined. And then for a while I was just a committee member, but recently I've been more of a panelist in some of the panel discussions they've had. They've had 2 of them. One was on police accountability, and police reform, and the other one was just on equity.
It's not just about the bust. You know, it's memorializing Dr. King's legacy, but there's much more work to be done. And we still ask the same question that Dr. King asked so many years ago, and 1 year before he was murdered: where do we go from here?
Now we'd like to thank a few people who were a big help in creating this project. Lisa Zavoid, Communications Director of TEAM, and David Morgan, CEO and President of TEAM.